how did you get to the law of three? I mean, did somebody just think that up, or is there a history to it?
I think Mr. Gardner, back in the 1950s, 60s, when he started Wicca, the whole law of three concept came out there to scare people with spells and magic, to teach them instead of sort of, if you cast a spell, that it's going to come to back to you threefold. It doesn't necessarily mean threefold. It's just, it's much more intense, because if we look at the law of cause and effect, every ripple has an effect, and the effect is normally bigger than the cause.
But, coming back to karma, that is a religionist tenet. And how can you have how have you as pagans embraced that concept? Doesn't seem to go hand in hand. You're taking somebody's religious tenet into a religion, your religion. Why?
I think, it links up once again to one of my own personal philosophies, that at the end of the day, there's only one true path, and that is your own path. And how you interact with deity, with source, or with God, or your beliefs, that is up to you. And once again, the karmic thing got taken up by Gerald Gardner on the Wiccan side back in the 1950s. But if we look at karma as a general law, I don't think it sort of just doesn't just stick to one religion. I think in the Bible that you shall read what you sow, in the Christian Bible. And it just kind of links hand in hand with that.
And so it's back to the law of cause
and effect. And as long as you take responsibility for that.
Okay. What else do you believe in? You believe in Mother Nature, you believe in being kind and good to everything. Do you have prayers?
Yes, just like everybody else, we do have prayers. We've got morning devotions. I think the only difference there would be that we don't just address our prayers to God, but we normally address it to God and the Goddess. As I said earlier, they are both in balance.
And what do you pray for?
Well, what did you pray for?
Oh no, I meant for a generic type, like Christians would pray, Our Father who art in heaven. At the other place would have their particular prayer. Do you have a kind of generic prayer?
We don't have a generic prayer. It comes from the heart, and it comes from the needs that arises at that stage and point in time.
And are there lots of you in South Africa?
Yes, I think currently, if we're looking at paganism or Wicca as such, it's currently the fastest growing religion in the world.
But every religion claims that.
I know.
Every time I interview somebody from a religion, they always claim it's the fastest growing religion in the world. On what basis do you make that statement?
The problem there is, once again, statistics-wise, you can't prove it, because a lot of people are in the broom closet, as I put it. I did a talk to the other day at a breakfast, where I said to people, we had the media for back in the 80s coming out of the gay closet, but in the 90s coming out of the witch closet wasn't that easy, because we all know the dreaded W word. There is no statistic to prove it, but if you go on the internet, you start looking at sources of it, claim to be the fastest growing religion. And I think the reason for that being is that we take responsibility and we place it in our hands. We don't put it on an outside source. You're responsible for your life and what you make for it.
But yet you have a structure within your religion of priests and priestesses. Well, what's their job?
Their job would be to maintain circles when we do ritual. The priest or priestess would lead that circle. If you suddenly have 200 people getting together and just sort of mulling around a circle, not knowing what to do, it becomes a problem. So you need people to take leadership in that circle. And that's what the high priest and high priestess would do.
Okay, do you believe in creation or evolution?
I believe in creation. And I think all of us believe in creation as well.
And evolution?
No, not really. I might be hairy, but I'm not a monkey.
No, well, we didn't descend from monkeys. Okay, no evolution. Do you deal, somebody else even says, do you deal in different magics, like red magic, black magic, blue, I know there were all these different kinds of magic, blue, yellow magic?
We do magic, yes, but once again, you must remember, magic is neither black nor white. It depends what you do with it. It's like electricity. You can either fry food or you can cook a man. You just you need to take the responsibility for what you do with that magic. And I think all of us would prefer to practice what people would call it white magic instead of black magic.
And what magic do you practice? Tell me about magic. I mean, I'm a Harry Potter fan, I must tell you.
Okay, of course, magic doesn't work the way we see it on TV. normally we would practice magic in extreme situations, like if there's no solution to a problem or a situation that you're sitting with, and if you are absolutely perfectly sure that that magic isn't going to harm somebody. I think most witches would be practicing money magic for abundance and prosperity, but you can do protection magic if you need to protect yourself going somewhere. I think the mere act of prayer is actually magic if you're dealing with focused intent here. The minute you focus your intent on something and you direct it somewhere, you practice magic, and that's what it's about.
Oh, does it work?
Yes.
Can you give us an example?
In my personal life,
Any example, I don't mind.
like about 2 years ago, I was looking for a new home, and we sat together and we sort of did a thing. And about a week later, we found exactly the place that we were looking for to achieve. The way we described it, the only thing we were out with was the rent. I think it was something like 500 rand. You can do health spells, healing spells, where you would do a spell to help somebody age to get over a sickness or an illness. But this is very right.
So it's really just like prayer, as
Like
you say.
But the only thing here is we use candles and we focus our intention in that prayer.
Well, so do a lot of religions.
Absolutely.
Now, you've got something, a charity organisation called the Green Pentacle. Tell us about that.
It's called the Green Pentacle Pagan Outreach. I think for a very long time, especially here in South Africa, people have been hiding away the fact that they are pagan or that they are witches, which is a word nobody wants to use.
Well, it has such negative connotations.
So we started the Green Pentacle Pagan Outreach to reach out to the community, to show the community that we are normal. We've just started with the soup kitchen and the blanket drive for the homeless, which is currently running. At the moment, we are doing it on a Wednesday evening, once again in Benoni, on the East Rand Warehouse. So if it picks up, and if we do get enough donations to get this drive going, we most probably will be doing it every evening.
Somebody, is that Mike says, are you a sect?
No, we're not.
Well, how would you describe yourself? As a religion?
Oh, definitely as a religion. We are not a sect.
Somebody says, horror upon horrors, what next? This will awaken some debate.
Well, I can say to that, just watch this space.
And are you a movement revolving around moral values? We were talking about that earlier on.
We have very strong moral values. We are very family-oriented as well. And as I said, we are very based on a feminine aspect of things. So I think if there's any way where women get carried on their hands, it would be with in this kind of path.
And the response, if you say to somebody, I'm a pagan, what's the sort of response? Is it shock horror still?
No, and I think I'm very lucky in the community where I live. Everybody sort of knows, and it's very much an accepting thing. You do get the odd person that kind of still sort of throws stones at you. But once again, if you look at the Bible, there are those who have no sin cast the first stone. And that's what people do forget, and this is where we preach tolerance and non-judgment.
I'm just looking at the SMSs here, Neil, and it's going back to our previous discussion and sexism as well, and also relates to what we're talking about now. 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 2, a bishop must be the husband of one wife, says Neil. So the Bible is very clear. The Bible is very clear about no women in the clergy.
You know, that's once again the Bible, and it's for the people following that path and give their right to believe that. Each to his own, and as I said earlier, there's only one true path, and that is your own path. For us, there is a big space for women, there is space for women as clergy, and we sort of pay homage and revere women.